But there's one thing worse than the nigger's idleness. A disease which has recently taken away one of my very best. This Dr. Cartwright has a name for it. He calls it drapetomania.
Drapetomania? Why, what does that affect, sir? The arms, the lungs, or perhaps the head?
God knows. Well, the legs mostly, I guess. See, sir, drapetomania is the disease which makes them run away. A disease, so the good doctor says, which is peculiar to niggers.
In 1851, a prominent doctor invented a mental illness that he claimed enslaved black people could catch. Specifically, slaves who were trying to run away. His name was Dr. Samuel Cartwright, and in 1851, he published a paper in a major medical journal claiming that he discovered this new disease. He labeled it drapetomania. The name comes from the Greek word draptis, and it means runaway slave. His diagnosis? Any enslaved person that was trying to escape was not seeking liberty. They were considered mentally ill and affected by this disease.
In the early years of the 19th century, a physician named Samuel A. Cartwright argued that two particular forms of mental illness caused by nerve disorders were prevalent among slaves. One was drapetomania, which was diagnosable by a single symptom, the uncontrollable urge to escape from slavery. So now what we've done is we've now pathologized your desire to be free. Must be something wrong with them. Keep trying to free themselves.
According to Cartwright, the desire for freedom was not a human right, it was a symptom. His prescribed cure was literal torture, regular whippings, and in some cases, both big toes would be cut off so the person could no longer run. Cartwright didn't stop there. He also discovered dysesthesia athecopia, a condition that he said caused laziness and a loss of sensation in the skin. In plain terms, he gave slave owners the medical license to beat people for being disobedient, claiming they couldn't even feel the pain. This wasn't a fringe theory. It was published, peer-reviewed, and used to justify the necessity of slavery under the guise of science. They used the authority of medicine to turn resistance into sickness and bondage into a cure.
White people go around, it seems to me, with a very carefully suppressed terror of black people, a tremendous uneasiness. They don't know what the blackface hides. They're sure it's hiding something. What it's hiding is American history. You know, what it's hiding is what white people know they have done and are doing. You know, it's what white people know very well. One thing, and it's the only thing they have to know. If they know this, everything else I say is a lie. They know they would not like to be black here. They know that. Now they know that, and they're telling me lies.
Does anyone right now ever recall mental health assistance to slaves? Anybody remember sending in the therapist after I sold off your son, daughter, raped folks? At any point? Never. Second question. After slavery was officially over, now you're free. Anybody remember any therapy then? We know it's been rough, it's been deep for you, it's been difficult. We're going to do a little group therapy. Anybody remember that? That would be no. Number 3, after slavery officially ended, both in the States, in the Caribbean, the British ended, do you remember whether or not trauma continued? Did the trauma continue for people of African descent? I need to know.
This is a clip from Dr. Joy DeGroy's lecture on post-traumatic slave syndrome. In this part, she asks a powerful question. After centuries of slavery, family separation, sexual violence, and dehumanization, who provided mental health care when slavery ended? She explains that freedom didn't erase the trauma, especially as racial violence and discrimination continued without treatment or acknowledgement. Her message is not that black people are weak or damaged, but that their survival reflects extraordinary resilience. The lasting effects of historical trauma must be understood without ignoring the strength it took to endure it.
Okay, so now let's do the math. Hundreds of years of trauma, no treatment. Freed, more trauma, no treatment. What do you do the math? Do you think there may be residual impacts of that trauma? Of course there is. It didn't end, friends, and it hasn't ended yet. So I think on one point, African people and people of African descent are extremely resilient. Matter of fact, I think we're a miracle. Far be it for us to pathologize or to look and cast this idea of weak and sick people. Oh, on the contrary, I'm profoundly resilient because we've done everything we've done thus far with no help, with not even the ability to have this discussion. As though it were possible, we escaped injury in all those hundreds of years and the years that followed.
Woo! That's right, folks. We are back. I got my computer back. And I know that's important to a lot of people, but mainly it's important to me. Because life without this this handy dandy device.
Who cares about all that?
This handy dandy device, I tell you no lies, it is built for what we do here, right? And that's what I built it for. That's why it was such a big deal. Make sure you like and you're following and you're sharing this live. I am restricted on Facebook at the moment. Didn't realize it till just now. But yeah, I'm restricted from sharing things on Facebook until 9:30 tomorrow.
That's a damn shame. What you do this time?
Listen, ain't no telling what I done said. I've said a lot of justified things that people might think that I didn't properly justify them, but I don't care, and they know that. So that's how you end up with restrictions, folks. They've been trying to get me for like the last 2 weeks. But welcome to the show. Welcome to what we do here called the Can We Be Frank Show, where you get the raw, unadulterated truth from people that know what they're talking about. We got people in the chat already. We got Miss Battles. We got candidate Gregory Scott, at-large candidate for council. You know, this ain't no Mickey Mouse situation. We the real deal. That being said, we got Mr. Porter, we got YSKT, we got Miss McCall, and of course, I'm here to kind of guide the madness deeper and make it devolve into more madness. Drapetomania. I think I suffer from it. I'm gonna have to get my doctor to see if I can get diagnosed with drapetomania.
Yeah, because they owe your mama back pay.
Listen, it's not coming. Don't worry. They're never gonna back pay. That's 40 years of back pay. They're not gonna do that. They're not that invested in my blackness. You know what I mean? Did I have one more? I think I got one more short clip. No, the rest of the clips are long. What is this clip?
I'm 11 years old. I'm 12 years old. And I'm 14. We believe that blacks are not equal to whites, and when the time comes, God will demand us to kill all Jews.
Oh, I thought they were going to say, and together we are the Causettes.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That was a little extreme. You know what I mean? So for us to say what we say, and just think they raised their children like that. Those children, that was the 90s. That lady, one of them kids is literally my age. Right? I don't know, man. I don't know. And they get mad when we teach our kids about Black history. They get so upset and bent out of shape because we talk about the history that is. History never was. History is. History exists. It's real. It's not a thing of. It's like I said. Once you forget your history, you open yourself up to having people do you the same way all over again. And if that's what they want, They're not getting it. At least not from us. Jocks in the news. We have so many spaces to cover. I feel like we missed so much. But we found out about the Olive House today. After 30 years. No idea it even existed. Others did. I don't know how they knew and we didn't. I guess it was like a secret or something. What else we got? We got Brother Nolan Wells, rest in peace. The lawyer, Mr. Crump, is supposed to have some findings out of the autopsy coming up on the 22nd. And as you would know it, the anti-black crowd are already riled up and speculating and trying to pre-sensationalize something so that when the truth does come out, and the truth is going to be hard to swallow, I would assume that they're already gonna. I just don't know, y'all. This news, the way they do the news now, the way that things come out, the way that social media and these Caucasoids, the way they do the news now, it's like it's all anti-black. And I don't know if that's just the spaces that I'm in or just the stuff that I read, but all this stuff is hugely anti-black. And we're just supposed to be okay with it. We're not supposed to respond to it. And so I'm kind of at a loss. It's very frustrating. But I'm glad we have this platform because we control the narrative over here. And we do a better job than Jock Roy. Who remembers the Restore program? Who wants to go back to that? Who wants to retry the Restore program? Nobody?
How come
Anybody?
nobody has an application to the Restore program?
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I'm not, because I actually want to see it. Like, they must
It
only
was,
had hard copies.
it was online.
Okay,
Remember
hold
that
on.
night? Remember that night that they actually opened up the online portal? We were on the show, and we waited. We stayed on live until midnight because they said that the online portion of the Restore application was supposed to go live at midnight. It did not go live at midnight. It did not go live at midnight. Ms. Velma says, "Good evening. What is the Olive House?" Let me see if I can pull this thing up. Can you give us a synopsis of what it was, OSKT? Or do we have any succinct descriptive words of what the Olive House is? They said it's a transitional place, but
Yeah, pretty much. So I wish I could go back and forth, but I'm on my phone right now because
I
you
got
said
it.
if I go to a different tab, will you still hear me?
Probably not, but that's okay because I'm about
Hold,
to
hold
pull
on.
it up.
I'm gonna say something. Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, then yeah, we good.
Okay, well go ahead. Go ahead.
So I know what it is. Okay, bet. Okay, so yeah, so if you go to theolivehouse.com, I'm trying not to laugh because it looked like these people use Windows Vista or something to make this
Goddamn.
to make this web page. I mean, it's a hot ass mess, and that's all I'm gonna say. But wow. So none of the tabs work. The tabs say home, directors, staff, projects, programs, partners, and photo gallery.
Can you
All
share the screen?
no, I can't.
No,
I'm
she
doing
can't
it. I'm
scare the
just doing
shame.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading it from my thing. I'm on my phone right now.
I'll put the photo on the screen of what we're talking about, folks.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Olive House information. The amenities that's provided: fully furnished apartments, community room with TV and social area for cards, dominoes, and relaxing, on-site laundry facility, courtyard and barbecue area,
What
outreach.
do you call it? What's the website? Olivehouse.com.
Just Google it because it's not. That's not the exact link, but just Google the Olive House. All you had to say was you didn't want me to read it.
No. I just want to show them what you're reading. You keep reading. I just
Oh
want to catch up.
Lord, I'm
Can
not
you
gonna know
read?
where you are. Because I got to switch tabs.
No, you don't have to worry about where I'm at. Go ahead and do what you're doing.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
still on the amenities. Outreach and referral services available from numerous nonprofit agencies throughout the community. Designated smoking areas.
Mm.
Day porch overlooking courtyard with rocking chairs. State of the art security system with card entry and cameras. Computers available for tenant use. Conference area for group meetings. Easy access to public transportation. And this is supposed to be at 1902 Main Street.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, pull that up while I'm reading this.
I see it. It's on the screen.
Who will the Olive House serve? Previously homeless individuals who are leaving shelters or transitional rehabilitation facilities. So, previous homeless individuals leaving shelters or transitional rehabilitation facilities.
Okay. Can I tell y'all something? Can I tell y'all
Yes,
something?
please.
I know where this is at. Matter of
I
fact,
know
I'm gonna tell
exactly where this is at.
you know why I know where this is at?
Larry
Because
Turner.
no, Al Turner was the one who I think he was the one who worked on these, who made built them. Now, let me tell you why I know this is. Back in the day, y'all, I'm just gonna give you a little story, background. I had a beauty supply
Yeah, I know
I'm
what
sorry.
it's at.
I had a Madison beauty company. So we would go to different organizations like this and give them samples and talk about samples. And the women lived in one part of it and they would come out. That's where this is at. Yeah, that's okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay. Now I know where that.
Does that reconcile why? I mean, to be honest with you, the reading the comments on YSKT and on KLAB, on the City of Alexandria, like, what's this? Why is, if this is supposed to be a resource, is it only helping certain people, or is there like, what is there, a waiting list, or did they not want to tell people that it existed so they could control the people that came in there, or like, what was the deal? Why
It's
is it?
just not heavily
Yeah,
publicized
it's
like it
not
is the damn
publicized.
Salvation Army,
And
and things like that.
if they got people in there long term talking about it or advertising
Mhm.
won't help because you got
Mhm.
somebody already in there. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
That mean because it's like permanent housing, so it's like
Yeah,
never open. So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I'm not understanding really.
yeah. It was nice in there when we went. And they have their own little apartments and everything, and they can come out in their apartment area. They do have an area because where we were at, we were in the conference area, and they all came out and they
Yeah, it's
actually
always
was,
clean on this side of
yeah,
town. I've never seen any issues.
yeah. And it's quiet
Oh,
over there too. I
Yeah,
don't know anything other. I haven't heard anything about that little area.
yeah,
So yeah,
well, I want to commend the people for the job they do.
yeah.
I want people to realize the reason why Jock even used these people the way he just
With
did.
that dingy
yeah.
honey mustard, Dijon mustard,
It's only
ugh,
getting recognition now because it's an election
ugly
year.
jacket.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm sick of her.
He
Yeah,
got
because
that.
it's because it's very quiet. You don't hear any, even doing commercials to kind of tell people that it's there. You don't see none of that. You don't even see them advertising, even though I'm not saying for them to advertise, but I'm just saying letting people know that it is there. You don't know that.
So here's my problem. Right. Uh, See, my thing is, what does this have to do with helping people? This isn't about helping people. This is Jock helping himself. Uh, and I do want to go on record and being one of the first few people that'll admit this, right? This is all in response to Malcolm being so adamant about the unhoused and trying to do something about the homeless epidemic. This is also in response to, let's take Malcolm out of the equation. This is also in response to the headlines Jock just made 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, him and his chief of police sitting up there damn near gloating about them removing a settlement of unhomed people and pretty much just bulldozing all their property and just further displacing people that were already displaced. And this also is on the piggyback of don't you ever forget, this is another reason why you don't need Jock Roy, because Jock Roy puts people in his administration that blames the homeless for the flooding.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right. Now, he's no expert on resolving homeless issues, but we expect him to be an expert on drainage and trash. You see what I'm saying? These people wear one too many hats for my liking. It's a lot of authoritarianism going on, and they feel like they have the. But anyway, Mayor Jock Roy spoke at the 20th anniversary celebration for the Olive House. The Olive House is operated by the Inner City Revitalization Corporation. Was created to provide stable shelter, rehabilitation programs, or other supportive environments. The Inner City Revitalization Corporation. Who are these people and who runs this? Anybody know?
What'd you say?
Who runs the Inner City Revitalization Corporation?
I don't know. Let me see.
Because I'm a big fan of a clock being white twice a day. It's still a broke clock, though. And it's pretty much wrong for the other 27 hours out of the day.
Oh, snap. So even though the links don't work, you got to keep Googling. Hey, that's a damn shame. Okay, I'll read it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me even with my fan on?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
All
got a
right.
fan on too.
The Inner City Revitalization.
Revitalization.
I'm getting there, y'all. Damn.
Restoration.
Shut up. And she want to laugh.
I'm sorry.
That's why I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna
No,
drop
you
my
don't. You can't
class.
go
I'm
anywhere.
gonna drop everything. About Us, the Inner City, how you say it, Revitalization Corporation, IRC, is a nonprofit community based organization that has undertaken community and housing development in the Rapides Parish area of central Louisiana. We've been proudly creating doors of opportunity in our community since the IRC was founded in 1997 through the vision of Norman Martin and others who wish to revitalize downtown historical areas of our cities and towns. Our goals: neighborhood support, affordable housing. I'm sorry.
Not affordable
All right, the
housing.
first one say, okay,
Not
I'll just go
affordable
back.
housing.
I'm gonna just go back. I'm gonna just go back because y'all can't see it. Facilitate, I'm sorry, neighborhood support. And under it, it says facilitate the healthy development of neighborhood organizations within the community. Second, affordable housing. Develop home ownership opportunities. I'm sorry. Because it's like, how many programs do we have that says that we're offering affordable
We're trying to
housing?
help get people in houses and nobody's in the house.
All right, so the second thing was affordable housing. Develop home ownership opportunities and rental options for families and or individuals of low or moderate income.
Grant
Third,
money. All I hear is grant money.
third, organizational development. Develop the organizational structure and resources necessary to carry out the mission, goals, and objectives of the Inner City Revitalization Corporation. And that's what they are. The Inner City Revitalization. I'm saying that wrong.
Corporation. The
Say it right.
IRC. The IRC.
No, say it. I need to learn how to say it. Just say it.
Revitalization. It's
Revitalization.
revitalized, and then it's a ization after this.
Revitalization.
There you
Okay,
go.
got it.
Or you
It's
could
just a
just do it
tongue
the
tie.
country way.
It's just a tongue tie. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. It's a tongue tie. But yeah, that's who they are.
Did anybody realize, and this is something that we were talking about earlier. Let's start on this side. Okay, she's looking that way. She's looking that way. She's looking that way. She's looking that way. He's looking that way. She's looking that way. She's looking a way. He's looking that way. He's looking this guy. this was clearly wasn't about them. This was about him.
Now who the hell holding the camera? I wonder.
This was about him.
It must be the city, huh?
No, it's got to be the city. Of course, this picture came from the city of Alexandria. All right. So I do want to go through the comments, and I don't want to get the funny ones. I do want to get the more serious ones, if there are any. Hold on. Never heard of it. Hold on, let me scroll down. I guess since nobody has heard of this.
Guess what? The links work. The links are working.
Like that? Just like that?
Yes, they're working.
All of a sudden, huh?
They wasn't working when I posted.
Oh, snap.
They work, bro.
I gotta.
I am appalled. But you got to go back to there. I don't even know what you.
The Oliver House.
No, the Olive House. Man, them links are working. Oh, y'all quick with it, boy. What?
They watching. How many people watching right now?
Dang. No, I posted it way earlier that none of the links worked on my Facebook page. On the page, man. They working now, y'all.
Okay. It was named after Sister Olive Borderline. Aw. So nice. Okay. So the link's supposed to work. Let's see. Who are the directors? No, the links work where?
It worked for me. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. It might be a different link. Hold on.
No directors.
I'm gonna send you the page I'm on.
All right. Let's look at the staff. No staff. No projects. No programs.
See if that link works.
No partners. No photo gallery.
Yeah, that website, it don't work.
All right. Don't
That's
work.
not the one I sent you.
That's the one I just clicked on. And I did it myself. I Googled it myself, and I used the word. The links don't work. So
Don't that page look like it was made with Windows Vista?
This looks like it was Windows XP. I'll give it Windows XP. Let's see.
Word art looking. Man, that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
Like a PowerPoint slide, don't it? All they did was just put in a PowerPoint slide. That look a hot mess.
I mean, I can't even find out. You can't even contact us. Where's the contact us? Okay, there's a contact us. Oh, dog, I can't. I'm not gonna.
Oh, you got to email.
I gotta send an
email. You gotta
have
a damn email address.
Jeez. You know, folks, listen. Everything that they mentioned, all I heard was grant money.
Well, Mr. Reese.
All I heard was grant money. Ching ching. That's it. Wait, hold on. I gotta get back to the screen. Hold on.
The comments is crazy, bro. But don't forget, I sent you the link to the website, like the real one.
I did. That's the one I clicked. I clicked it.
No,
and it doesn't work.
At the messages?
Yes, I clicked it and it doesn't work.
Hold on.
Who is the dark lady with the nappy hair? Come on, man. Who is the black lady next to Jock? Listen, I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Get this shit off my screen.
Okay, I sent it to you.
Oh, Miss Tarlington, stop that. Is that how you say it?
She wrong.
Stop that.
Look, I'm clicking it again. I'm telling you. Can you see? Oh,
Don't play
now
with
it's
me.
working.
Don't play with me. Don't play
Now
with
it's
me.
working. All
No, they got
right.
two different websites. One says www and the other one doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
I know that. I'm just telling you.
Virginia Brown, Sandra Williams, Renila Brooks, LaSharon Winslow.
These people
Brad,
look like they locked up.
you know this was old. They didn't even bother. They didn't even bother
Look,
to.
they work in a prison.
Jesus.
They hate their job.
Now, do you know Ron Dejois has been gone from here for
Almost 10
my
years.
goodness. No, not that long, but it's been at least 4 years. Yeah, it's been 4 years. Ron Dejois lives in Chicago, right outside Chicago. He's been there for 4 years now.
Oh my God.
He doesn't have an actual position, but he's here. I don't know if you know that he's on the board of directors, Mr. Porter.
I'm looking at your screen, and that's why I'm telling you that.
I didn't know he left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So here's my number one problem. Right. In my previous tenure as the Sinlaw Housing Alliance president, and our Mr. Porter was there, the amount of outreach and the amount of trying to bring people in that we did, the only person that I know up here is Mr. Dejois. I don't know any of these other people. And I'm not saying that that there was a duty for me to know these people, but I have absolutely no idea who these people. Miss Sandra Augustine. I'm pretty sure people know these people, right? Andrew Bendersky, Paul Smith, he does the fundraising. The vice president, Brad Smith is the vice president of Bancorp South.
Remember this page like 20 some years, this page old as hell.
This page is old as shit.
Like, a lot of these people probably passed on, and you feel me? Like, this page is old as hell.
They still want me to sign in. All right, so now that we got, okay, Miss Anita Filson, Tina Eddy, Tim Smith. Let's look at some of these projects. Okay, so this is like 57 newly constructed homes, home ownership. This is the Alsace Lorraine subdivision. Anybody?
Nope.
Okay, so I didn't connect the name, but I know about this organization now that I see Ron Dejois and Barbara DeShields on there. And they have built 3, 4, maybe 6 houses. The most recent homes they built is right off of Lee and Texas Street. So if you can remember where they had that meat market, where Clarence Reed was selling drugs out of the meat market.
Right.
And
he was stripping those signs down that he stole from Catherine Davidson inside.
Exactly, that same place. Yes. Okay. So on one side of Lee, it becomes Dallas. On the other side is Texas. If you go towards the hospital, Cabrini Hospital down Texas, as soon as you make that turn, there'll be 3, maybe 4 houses, and those houses were built by Inner City Revitalization. Now, they have some older homes that they built, and they are in the Sonia Quarter. And I forget which street, if it's on Wise Street or...
This one appears to be on Hudson.
On Hudson, okay.
This is the Alsace Lorraine subdivision.
Okay.
Then you got the Green Oak subdivision, which...
So they've, so I do know, and I do know of about 7 homes they have built over the last 8 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
I am familiar with this organization. I just didn't connect 2 and 2 until I saw Ron's photo on there and Barbara DeShields on there. And
Let's see.
they do operate with donations and grant money. That's how
Let's see.
that's how they
Okay, we can get to the partners. Cadence Bank, Capital One, First Federal, Red River Regions, the Rotary Club. That Rotary Club is always Telltale, Turner and Turner Contracting, LHC, Sabine Bank, Spangler Stewart Agency, and the Fontenot and Associates. Those are their partners. Hopefully they got a photo gallery. Not the home ownership program. They got people.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't zoom in. I can't click on anything. There's nothing. I can't click on anything. Yeah, I can't click on anything. But yeah, this does give me web. This gives me AOL.com vibes. But I'm glad to see that people are being helped. All 1, 2, 3 of them, 4 of them.
Yeah, there's about 7 or 8 homes now that I'm starting to connect things. And I do know there's some in the Sonia Quarter, and there's 3 or 4 on Texas, right near Lee, and they got the others like you pointed out on Alsace Lorraine. So yeah, they got.
This is Hudson Road.
Okay.
I don't know where this is. I think this. Yeah. Oh, okay. This is the before. This is the after.
Now, here's the thing: the ones on Hudson Road, that would have been a combination of 2 things. One that Joe Green and Sybil Holt had put up those homes, and then it looks like Inner City may have put some homes up there on that same street.
Well, I'm to Nat's point. So was it done as just a photo op? That is a non-debatable. Of course it was. I don't know how many, like you guys know that Jock Roy does meetings all over town all the time, speaking and saying the same thing. Those aren't as advertised, but this particular event was supposed to be a good look for him because of his dealings with how he handled the homeless. So yes, it was a photo op. It was. Matter of fact, if you see Jock in a picture during this time, it's a photo op. And listen, I hate to sound like this person, right? But I want to know for my own personal ingratiation or satisfaction. I want to know if there is some type of commingling of efforts that look like they're on behalf of the city, but they're actually campaign activities. And is there some type of ethical ambiguity there to where he could say, yeah, this is something that we always do, but I just happen to be really doing it during campaign season now. Because I worry about that. I worry that our tax dollars are going into his campaign. And I'm slightly offended by that, if it is.
Well, Tavares, when you clicked on partners, City of Alexandria was not listed.
You got me. You got me. You got me. So this obviously was a photo op because the City of Alexandria is not even involved at all on no level, period, whatsoever. Oh, let me go back one. Let me get back to the Facebook post so I can read it properly. Let me see. Facebook. Come on. Alsace Lorraine. I ain't never heard of that place. But now, you know what? There are neighborhoods that have names that we don't know the proper name. We just know the street where they're at.
Yeah, that's French, and I believe the correct pronunciation is Alsace.
Alsace.
Yeah, Lorraine. That's
I'll
an
be thinking of it.
actual place in France. And I may be pronouncing it wrong also.
You know, when they say Versace, that's what I think of. Wait, Versace or Versace. No, I'm just playing. It's neither. Wait a minute. How is it still showing this? All right. We got some technical difficulties. Just a second. There it goes. So let's get back over to Facebook because I do want to read this post properly. Because he did make it sound like the city of Alexandria was assisting him and all this other stuff. He gave the illusion. He alluded to that the city of Alexandria had something to do with it. But now that you've confirmed, well, now that we've confirmed, let's see. Okay, now we're back. Let's see. So let's go ahead and pull this up one more time. So I guess the more pictures he takes, the better he looks. I mean, are you being facetious? Is that a joke? I think anything will help him, to be honest with you. Let's cancel. Make sure you click. Okay, hold on. It's not letting me screen share. That's crazy. I'm sorry, y'all.
It took me a while to get back on.
Yeah, listen, because it's not letting me do something right now. Huh. All right. Well, I guess I'll just read it. We'll go manual. Its mission. Oh, he did not. I'm sorry. The city of Alexandria congratulates Olive House on 20 years of outstanding service. Maybe he's congratulating them because they never came to the city. See, you can't do stuff without taking money from us. Let's see. You must not have been on this page. Okay, wait. I got to start with the positive first. So, wait, he said, what a joke. Will Hurt says Olive House probably wouldn't help the homeless much anyway. It's probably not much different than a sober living home. It's a transitionary type housing where you live with 20 other people and sleep on bunk beds for $500 to $6 a month. Is that true?
I don't know.
I
don't know
don't
if that's true or
remember
not.
that. I don't remember that, but maybe that's how it
They
is.
got to keep it
No.
up somehow, y'all.
Yeah.
But that's a lot, though. You could just get a regular apartment on housing or something, like a bigger house or something for that price.
This helps folks who have been in shelters, rehabs, etc., who are deemed ready to move on. This corporation does not support the unhoused population in Rapides or elsewhere. Otherwise, you should take the time to pull up actual resources for those people in this area. You won't be surprised at how little there is.
That's what I be getting tired of, y'all. I really be wanting to be me. On there and be like, look, I'm tired of y'all mouth. I just start blocking. I do not play all that back and forth stuff.
There you
They
go.
did entirely too much with that protest we did. Like, if y'all don't shut up.
Let's see. The resources are limited, but the homeless population know of the resources available to them. Most often than not, they have received assistance from some agency in some capacity. They will tell you that they don't know or the agencies don't help, et cetera, but most of them are not going to tell you that they didn't do their part. Your response was two things can definitely be true. We need to do more for them, and they also probably don't tell us the resources that are limited that have been offered. Not every single one of the homeless population in Alexandria knows of these resources. Most don't even have phones. We must do everything we can. I accept opinions, just not the same excuses I've heard before. Good response. Cole Graylab says, I've known about it for a long time and it works well. Problem is not enough spots and rarely available. would be great program to model. Hey, wait. Are they taking people's housing vouchers?
I don't really know. I think they have to go through a qualification for it. So they have to have some means of income, and they have to have meet some other criteria. But for the homes that we're talking about, that people actually live,
It might be like a place where they go right before they get their vouchers.
Well, now the homes that you were showing
Uh-huh.
earlier, those are homes for ownership. Okay.
Oh.
That's people actually purchasing those homes.
Uh-huh.
And now, if they have other housing that's like apartment type housing, or they're putting them up in a designated shelter, that's the part I'm not familiar with.
All right. And see, the thing is, all of us should be, you know what I'm saying, about all the resources that are available to the public. This isn't just private, but I don't want to give off the air of they're treating it like it's private, but it does give off the air like they're treating it like it's private. And, I don't know. Maybe, I'm looking at things in a different light, because some of these things that we think are missteps, people shouldn't be saying or doing certain things. If we really look at it, is actually working out in our favor, for the simple fact that had Jock not tried to make this a publicity stunt, nobody would have ever known. We wouldn't even be on this, this rabbit hole trying to figure out these things that are available to the people. Now, I know resources are limited, as they said, but there are resources. And it's not like those limited resources are going to keep those people from telling other people, or telling the people that they can't help where other help is available. Like there should be no, oh yeah, this is the end of the line. There's no more resources. So yeah, go ahead and be homeless now. Like that's not plausible. And I think that's the kind of the wall I'm bumping up against here. So Stefan Kirk, he says, does every freaking post have to be filled with negativity? The people that work at that facility are some wonderful people who deserve to be celebrated and recognized. I had a brother who lived and died at that facility. And I want to, Mr. Stefan, if you're listening, which you're probably not, you don't even know we exist. But I do want to tell you, it's not about the people there. We are strictly talking about the photo op and how Jock Roy is using homeless, how he's applying his care and his concern for homeless people, and how it's being done. Because 2 weeks ago, they were bulldozing homeless people after whatever their encampment, and they were making the best excuses they could come up with as to why that was okay. And talking with my family, we think about a guy named Carl. Carl used to be one of the people that you would see walking downtown all the time. And he didn't bother anybody, but that's the gentleman that passed away behind that dumpster during that freeze. Right? And that's the gentleman that made Jock Roy, that situation made Jock Roy do the heating stations. So again, this is just a reactionary thing. It's almost as if the homeless population is secondary to see. Let me tell you something. When he came up with that reignite BS, it wasn't about helping the people that needed help. The only time that he actually tried to help people that needed help, it was the Restore scam. And that was a scam, and it wasn't willing trying to help anybody. It was a cash grab. So when you bring reignite and you don't mention you mention pickleball courts before you mention resources for homeless people. And I know that there's a large population of homeless people, and I know that there's enough resources that Alexandria has access to get majority of those people off the street. Is that a priority? No. And those are going to be some of the clear line out differences that you're going to see between this is Jock, this is Jock running. Jock has never had to actually run. He's always been able to buy a couple of black people to go split the vote. And I'm not going to name names tonight because I really don't feel like being messy. But you know who you are, Roosevelt. You know what you've done. You know how many times you've ran, and you knew you were doing it for the wrong reasons. And so this is the first time that he does not have that at his advantage. He's going to have to run this time. And the people of Alexandria have never seen that Jock run, other than I don't even think he ran the first time he got elected. I really don't. I don't think he ran. I think that whole Clico lawsuit, he rode that wave right into the mayor's seat, and Deborah handed him to him, handed him the keys. And he's always been there, because when he said he went to go run again this last term, he said it was the business community. And who's the business community? Definitely Deborah Randolph. So, we're dealing with people that got their fingers on the scale, and that's a little unfair. But Jock's never had to run before. So you're going to see a different version of Jock. You're going to see a different version. You're going to see him doing shit just like this in that gold jacket, which he needs to up that shit a size. And I'm so glad that he actually had on a good shirt with a non-sleepy collar. But that's a smoking jacket. You can tell by the size of the pockets. Yeah, that's a smoking jacket. Casual jackets don't have pockets like that. And dress casual jackets definitely don't have pockets like that. That's a smoking jacket. He's up here in a smoking jacket. That's crazy. Hold on. You could add yourself to the stage. Yes. Why now? Well, they're using it. This is the 20th anniversary. That's who you know. Yeah. He's so broke. So let me get this straight. He's taking pictures with little black kids. He's taking pictures at homeless shelters. When is he going to take a picture of him drinking brown water? I don't know. Does that require a picture? I got a video of some brown water.
He'll probably use an AI generated thing to make it seem like he's drinking brown water.
Let me see if I can get Google Gemini to come up with that real quick. Hey Siri, can you give me a video of Jock Roy drinking brown water in a gold jacket? They said they can't do it. Never mind. But yeah, so that's that on that. And we're gonna follow this story. Of course, we're gonna follow this story. What else do we got? Man, what else did I say we needed to talk about? Oh, the data center protest. And we got somebody live that was there. And I definitely want to hear about what that experience was like. I, as a veteran protester, and how I fought for civil rights in the 60s, things are different now. So I want to hear what it's like now. Oh, I got the pictures back. Boom. Why is KT? Oh, she's got really creative. She's got a caricature of Julia Letlow with the sold piece of tape on her mouth, and then they got a picture of the police jury and how they all signed NDAs. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad they did it. I think that it is time that people do get active. So people are really falling for this BS. I don't know. Listen, they're not gonna fall for it. As long as we're out here showing people this is the playbook. This is the playbook that they're using. You can't stop them people from drinking brown water. Apparently it tastes and look like tea or chocolate milk. Damn. What about Ash's emergency makeover? Wasn't it Arthur S. Smith that had asbestos in the air conditioning units? And the teachers damn near had to protest. They had to do a walkout and stage a protest to get them to fix it.
Yes, they did.
I wonder if they could have used the emergency button like Ash did. Or is it just because it was on the wrong side of town? Because that's what I feel like. And I ain't saying Alexandria's a racist place. Not at all. I'm not saying Ash is in a white neighborhood where they take care of their schools. I'm not saying that. All these schools are inside Rapides Parish. But I do remember Arthur F. Smith's teachers doing they listened to Jack. Jack had them people out there protesting. And when they went back to Jack to okay, so what's the next move? Just like, I don't know. I just came out here for the film. And he kind of left them high and dry. Kind of like how Jack did the NAACP. But all those are stories for a different day. I want to focus on one thing at a time. But I remember Arthur F. Smith, the teachers literally have to stage a walkout because there was asbestos inside the air conditioning unit that was actively blowing asbestos during the school year onto the students. I believe the students did a walkout too. Yeah, it was the teachers and the students. And I do believe that they're literally still working on Arthur F. Smith, like right now. Like not right now, because of course they stopped that. But I think that it was something as active as maybe a couple years ago. All I'm saying is when people show you who they are, believe them. You live in a city, in a town, in a place in Louisiana where racist elected officials can convince you that they're not racist and then do racist stuff, right? Miss Charlton said, yeah, she got the picture. See, I know I'm crazy. But they can tell you that they're not racist. They can say, I'm not racist all day long. Well, this is for everybody. And then they turn around and only give the resources to certain people. Like no, I'm not trying to say it's racist here. I told you my lifelong mission was to prove to people that Alexandria isn't a racist place. And I'm probably like 10 years in now, but I'm almost chipping away. I'm almost there. But then I can't help it because you got to look at Cheatham Park versus the pickleball courts at Bolton High. You got to compare the two. Just everything at Bolton High. It's like a pecking order, and Peabody's everything on Broadway is at the bottom of the order. Every school on Broadway is at the bottom of the order, except for Montessori. I think they do take care of that one. But anything
I did post the capital projects. It's just nobody really looked at it. I guess it's so long.
Is there anything in there for the kids?
Well, I meant more so with Rapides Parish School Board.
Oh, did that?
Like the projects that they were doing, all the projects that you see around.
He said, if the mayor can't convince you that it didn't flood, although you were in the flood, then we got some serious issues. Yeah. Well, she was standing right up there next to him. And, I almost feel like he didn't even bother to call Jules. He just called Cynthia because.
Well, that's because it was in the lower third area, right?
Yeah, but Jules is for everybody. Where's Villard?
Where's Villard?
Yeah. They're for everybody. But like I said, I'm just trying to prove that this place ain't racist. And I'm having a hard time. It's taken me 10 years to get this far, and I'm still nowhere. Because when you turn around and look at it for what it's worth, you had them annex Johnny Downs in the District 1. You got downtown is in District 3. Now, on the other side of both of those both of those places, on the other side of Johnny Downs, you have the rest of District 1, right? But they can use the grants for these certain areas to be used in these other areas. They can use the public's sensitivities and you know, all I'm saying is Alexander's not as racist as we think it is. Is that what I'm trying to say? I'm having a hard time. But there was another conversation we were having about that time Jock tried to put y'all in the bond game and went ahead and pre-filled out all the applications and did all the things necessary to get the bond without actually going to the city council. And when the city council said no, he was kind of up Schitt's Creek and he really didn't have a paddle. But I know Mr. Porter speaks about it way better than I do. But yeah, Mr. Porter, was any of that illegal?
Yeah, all of that violated the city charter. The city charter gives the approval for taxing and bond, making loans, purchasing, building, give all financial authority to the city council. So before the mayor can go before any state body, the state legislature, folks like that, the bond commission, any of those, the housing commission, he is supposed to come through the city council first, and the city council would generate a resolution, which means, yes, we support this. He has our support to go forward and pursue this matter with you. Okay. He didn't do that for when he went before the state legislature. And he even came back and told them that he didn't have to. And that's not the interpretation of what's in the charter. So that is a clear violation. That's breaking our own city laws. For the bond issue, the Louisiana State Bond Commission has certain deadlines by which you must submit your applications for bonds. And what the mayor did, he intentionally held back on that until it was an emergency. And he came before the city council and said, we got to do it now because the deadline is Friday or something. And this was a Tuesday. Okay. But what happened, we looked at that and this is what we saw when we looked at it. That ordinance that the mayor put forward was actually two ordinances combined in one. The first part of that ordinance was to renew the city tax proposition, and he wanted to renew it 5 years early. It still had 5 more years before it expired, but he wanted to do it 5 years early. The second part of that ordinance was that they were going to go to the bond commission and float municipal bonds on the full faith and credit of the Alexandria taxpayers. So had we approved that tax proposal 5 years early, Jack Roy had already pre-filed. I didn't even know you can do this, but that shows you how knowledgeable they are about the bond commission rules. He had hired a bond commission law firm. They had pre-filed our application with the Louisiana Bond Commission for going out for municipal bonds, and they had not gone through the city council. So now they were going through the city council now and trying to get it done as a matter of urgency. We need to get this done right away because the deadline was coming up on us, Thursday or Friday, something like that. And look, we dodged a bullet because Perry, Johnson, and Green voted against it Felter, Fowler, and Valois voted for it, and then Lawverdane abstained. And because it didn't have 4 votes, it failed. Now, had that passed, they would have. We would be in for another bond debt for 25, 30 years. I forget how much he was going for, if it was $100 million or what it was he was going for. And then also we would have had that tax proposition approved to go to the ballot for 5 years early before it expired. So all of those were violations. Absolutely.
Now,
and that's why it's so important that we have somebody in there who really reads that stuff. And then reading it is not enough. You have to comprehend and understand what it means. Then you have to go to next level deeper. You have to understand that if I vote for this, these are the consequences of a yes vote if it passes. If I vote against it, these are the consequences of a no vote if it fails. And that's what we're lacking on the city council right now. We're totally lacking that level and that depth of knowledge and analysis. Now, the 3 white folks up there, they know this already because they're getting briefed on what all of this is. And they know that whatever those people on the outside of Alexandria or inside Jack Roy's staff, whatever they put on the city council agenda, Fowler, Felter, and Valois knows that will benefit their communities. They know that. They don't even have to question it. And the way you can tell is that the black folks on the council, they're asking questions for clarification, for knowledge. The 3 white folks, if they say anything, a lot of times they don't. If they say something, it's not a question. It is supporting something the mayor already stated. They're just jumping on and amening it. Or they will bring out some supporting information that's not even in the data sheets. All right, the information placed online.
That's Jim Villard. That's Jim Villard and Lizzie Felters. That's their trademark right there.
Yeah. So where are they getting that information? They didn't get it from reading the agenda data sheets and its supporting documentation. They got it from the mayor. See, they're being briefed. And if you pay very close attention, you can recognize that. Just look at their line of questioning. When they do open their mouth, I'm talking about the 3 white council members, Felter, Valois, and Fowler. It's either supporting something or providing additional information. And when Felter and Valois provide information that's not, and Fowler does this also, that's not in the documentation, they got it from somewhere else. And that somewhere else is the mayor and his staff. But the 4 black council members, they don't have access to that same information. They don't have that privilege. And that's why you need somebody who can dig deeper and scour through those things with a fine-tooth comb and understand what the implications are. If I vote for it, this is what it means. Here are the consequences. If I vote against it, this is what it means. Here are the consequences. And we don't have that.
What's very interesting is that it seems like when Jules asked those clarifying questions, and when Malcolm does the same thing, it's like it burns Jock up to have to justify some of the shit that he be doing. Like to actually have to clarify, like, why don't you just go with it already? You know what I mean? Just go with it. Don't worry about it. And that's another thing. You know, why do I feel like no matter where we are on the elected official spectrum in Alexandria, Rapides Parish, it's almost like nobody really wants to hear from us. It's almost like they don't want to hear from anybody. They just want whoever the leader is to give out the orders. You know, could be used but not limited to type of thing. You know what I mean? When you pull out that but not limited to and you start asking for clarification, that opens up the door for him to give you 1,000 different ways that you know, and he just be spitballing, freestyling, anything to get him out of that situation. Let me see. Brother Greg said up here, he said, not reading and not understanding from the council has gotten us into a lot of sticky situations. The white council persons already are told how to vote and what to say. That's why Lizzie and Villard kept leaving out to go meet up with Jock that one meeting. Oh. Well, you know they got him on the text message. Yeah. And then, you know, if you ever notice that nobody, perfect example, when people are at that podium and they're making comments or they're getting their own clarification, the fact that only the black ones are the ones that respond tells you everything you need to know. Because outside of the scope of what Jock done told them, they don't know anything else about it. So you can't query them and get further details. And a lot of them don't even offer further details. And like I said, you know, watching these city councils go down, council meeting after council meeting, and knowing that these folks up here, I don't know, Chuck Fowler is for what? You know, Jim Villard is for what? And I asked the question, what are they doing? And I'm telling you, I'm still trying to prove that Alexandria isn't racist. So the only way I could do that is to verify that all people on the city council are concerned about all people in the city, but specifically the people in their districts, right? But Lizzie gerrymandered, Villard co-signed it, Fowler co-signed it, and so did Jock, right? So that's against black folks, regardless of how everybody want to see it. And just to go on record, while me and Mr. Porter up here, when those maps were designed, we didn't know who the F Lizzie Felter was. So for her and Jock to get up there and make those espousals as if we targeted Lizzie Felter, she was a nobody. She was about as popular as she is now. Back then, we didn't know her. Jock. So that's another one of those things I always wanted to clear up on the air. She said Alexandria is racist. Thank you. I'm trying. But no, Lizzie, we had no idea who you were. And if you're going to use that as your excuse to gerrymander yourself out of a black district, just say you didn't want to be in that black district. That's all you had to say. We would have probably accepted that a lot more than, oh, they targeted me and, you know, my home's historic and our community has to vote together and all this other shit. All you had to say is, I didn't want to be around you blacks. That's it. I didn't want to be grouped up with you coloreds. We would have accepted that. But no, you had to go and try to demonize and villainize good people. Good people. Jock Orto, Cynthia Perry, you have to be stern to the Negro man and woman. You can't give them any response because they are only ratepayers and not humans. Did he say you had to be stringy with the information? That's insane. That is insanity. I'm gonna see. I got y'all. We'll run to a commercial break real quick.
But there's one thing worse than the...
Hold on. That ain't it.
White people often think of lynchings as something that happened in the dark of night when a few rogue characters whisk a black person away and murder them. And maybe that's what's happening today in the lynchings that are occurring today. But historically in this country, I think we need to be aware of a different reality. Lynchings in American history of black people have taken place in a ritualistic way. There's an order to it. And it looks like this. I'll illustrate with the case of Jesse Washington. Now, Jesse was a 17-year-old kid. He was a farm laborer in Waco, Texas. Texas was notorious for stuff like this. Here's the first part of the ritual. He was accused of murdering a white woman. Her name was Lucy Fryer, and she was his boss's wife. Well, he got a trial. It lasted about an hour, and the jury deliberated for just a couple minutes before they sentenced him to death. And what happened next is this pattern that happens throughout history in all these so-called spectacle lynchings. A crowd storms into the courtroom. They seized Washington and dragged him through town. Now, sometimes they break the guy out of jail. Sometimes they go to his home and drag him away. And then there's the audience. In the spectacle gatherings, there can be a big crowd. There were 5,000 to 10,000 people at Jesse Washington's murder, and they brought picnics. There were photographers. It was a party. So this was a community event that white people did to bolster white supremacy. Oh, good, we're going to have a lynching, and let's plan for that. We know what goes into a lynching. It's always the same. Let me bring in the point about this being a family affair. Businesses closed, schools let out, and children were an active part of the lynching scene. This creeps me the fuck out. Then comes a period of torture. It's rare for someone to immediately be hung to death. Usually there's torture first. In the case of Jesse Washington, this 17-year-old kid, he was hung by a chain over a tree, and then the chain was raised and lowered into a fire below his feet repeatedly for approximately 2 hours until he finally died. During this process, while he was still alive, he would occasionally try to pull himself out of the fire because his body was burning. Well, they didn't like this, so they cut off his fingers so that he could no longer pull himself out of the fire. Families posed for photographs. So after Mr. Washington died, people rushed up to the remains and cut away pieces of Mr. Washington's body as souvenirs. Children participated in the dismembering of the body. Boys pulled the teeth out of his skull to either sell or keep for souvenirs. Now, it is not easy to get the teeth out of a young adult in their prime. They had to use force. They had to have teamwork. And the children did this. Children stood over his burnt body and pried or broke teeth from his skull while adults watched. And then after it was all over, the photographers sold the pictures. They sold the pictures of the murder. It was a public ritual of racial terror that was witnessed, approved, and remembered apparently fondly by an entire community. Our culture, such as it is, devised a system of ritualized murder of black people. Those kids lived on, and they raised kids. A kid who participated in a lynching raised children, and those children grew up, and their children are alive now. So you can see how the ritual destroys the notion that this was just random crazy acts, and supports the notion that this was a community event that was ritualized and valued. Religious leaders were often involved in the accusation and in the trial and participated in the lynchings. Get curious.
Horrible, right? Deplorable, unthinkable, unimaginable that they would even. So there's a statue downtown. It's in front of the courthouse. It's a Confederate monument, and it's a monument to the lives that were lost during the Civil War on the Confederate side. What you guys might not know is that that was not the original place for that statue. That statue was actually originally built and placed in front of the old City Hall. Let me say that again. A monument to the Confederacy, a racist statue that embodied, the name of the statue is the Spirit of Alexandria. Go look it up yourself. I'm not going to do that work. But I'm telling you, the name of that statue is called the Spirit of Alexandria. And it used to be in front of the old City Hall. So the fact that you honestly think that Jeff Hall, the fact that you think that in 1914, Black folks in Alexandria were welcomed with open arms, and we were being so accommodated for, and you know, we were being, you know, treated fairly in 1914, when your Chamber of Commerce was founded. And in 1914 was the same year that that monument was erected. And if you think that what's happening in Alexandria is so far removed, and what I'm saying is so far off base, that you don't think Alexandria in and of itself is a racist place, I failed at proving that it's not. I failed a long time ago. But, you know, you can always hold out hope. But in all honesty, Alexandria was built on racism. It was built on taking advantage of Black folks. That's why we talk about voting the way we do. You can worry about being elected every 4 years for president, or their local elections are what matter. All elections matter, but those local elections have immediate impacts on your life. And when you have people like Deborah Randolph, whose husband was Ned Randolph, who ran the city the way he ran the city, who had a homeboy named Trey Gist, or whatever Mr. Gist daddy name was, who helped create the charter. Remember, this is a familial thing. They passed these things down. They passed the racism down. You ever see how Trey Gist nearly turns into a whole glass of orange juice the way he twists and turns in that chair when black people are talking? You never noticed that? How agitated they get? That was the point I was trying to make earlier. How agitated they get when black people speak. You don't see how, regardless of whatever you agree with Mr. White or not, you see how they publicly treated that man and beat him down? You see how Mammy Perry doesn't want him ever bringing that up again? Do you see how Jock used that in a back and forth with Mr. White? Well, that's why you went to jail. Nobody remembers that. You remember how Mammy Perry stepped up and Mr. Roy, Mayor Roy, don't say that. You don't remember that? That's cool. But yeah, this is all absolutely rooted in racism. That's why there's no black hair stores on the other side of MacArthur. Nat told me once you cross over a certain part of MacArthur, you will not find any hair stores because they are not catering to black people. Period. So when you talk about what they're not catering to and you mention black people, the hair store is that's an outside parameter. That's something that exists, right? And we know it, right? But let's talk about what's really not there for black folks. Or let's do one even better. Let's talk about what's there for white folks. Because what's there for white folks is not on our side of town. There's Sally's. That's a national chain though. And I'll give you that one, Sally's. But yeah, to look at it from a holistic point of view, they design the way these parts of town are. If Jock Roy can come up with the Reignite program, why couldn't he have come up with a program over his last 5, 10, 14 years to do something about what's happening down Lower Third? Or do something that to stimulate the economy in these areas that need the economy? Instead, he goes out and he does a market. He gets the market assessment for the grocery store, and he tells you that Food Mart is an equitable food source. He tells you that Joe's Groceries, Joe's that used to be down Third, is an equitable food source for you to get your food with. But meanwhile, when you cross over MacArthur and you get to that other side, they got Walmart. 20 feet away from Walmart, they got Super One. I mean, all the things that we say that we need, they have. And they've never done anything to close that gap. He was busy. Let the gold jacket be great. That's a smoking jacket. He's probably got a pipe in there. Pause. The moral of the story is this is all done with every effort to get the results that you got. If you look at Alexandria, this is the result of the leadership that is Jock Roy. The city council can agree to spend the money all they want to. It takes Jock Roy to actively go and put the money in the people's hand that is supposed to be into so they can get the stuff done. So that's the core value reason why I'm vehemently against Reignite, because it's like you came up with a plan to stimulate a side of town that already has businesses. Whether they're failing or not is on those businesses. It's all about the product you serve. You know, hold on, what's a little left? All right, yeah. So it always comes down to, what do you think is important? Now, how important is Reignite to Jock? It's important enough to get all these businesses to jump in line and pseudo support. He came up with a plan too little, too late. Well, I mean, he came up with that plan after he gerrymandered Walmart and all those other businesses out of District 2. Because all that worked hand in hand. The gerrymandering and Reignite worked hand in hand. If there weren't no gerrymandering, he wouldn't have done the Reignite plan, wouldn't have even been active. Because he didn't want, even if those people were willing to or are willing to, well, it's not even that people are willing to invest. It's your money. That money he's blowing on Reignite or trying to blow on Reignite is your tax dollars. So it's not even about the outside investors. I'm just saying, if people show you who they are, believe them. Absolutely, unequivocally. Believe them. So, yeah, this is a tradition, right? Jock is continuing the long tradition of Alexandria, just like in his predecessor Jeff did. They continued the tradition of economically lynching the Black communities of Cenla, and it's ritualistic. He comes up with this idea, he scares you into believing it. He keeps the people the people that need to know, he keeps them in the dark, and the people that are actively in on it are all against the people that they're keeping in the dark. It's a ritual. He does the same thing every time. That's why at this point he's so predictable. It's a ritual. There's too much crime in your areas. We don't want to scare our good white folks. The reason why there's so much crime in our areas is because white folks that are the good white folks are profiting off of it. They're profiting off of it. I saw somebody on YSKT that was trying to protect the good name of Pan American Engineering. I don't know what they expected. It's not like we have 10,000 followers combined, but he just felt the need to come and try to school us on how good of a group of people Pan American Engineering is. I don't care. Pan American Engineering takes majority of your tax dollars, and none of that goes into your community. And if it does, it's probably a tree or a park bench, like you got down there. So that's all I'm saying. It's a tradition. The only thing Black people good for is getting the city some grant money. That's why he has his thumb on Cynthia, because Cynthia is over District 3, which also happens to be downtown. You see, that's the only thing he's concerned with. Downtown, District 4, District 5. Nothing else concerns Jock. No other people concern Jock. If you're telling me that the business community asked for you to come back, that business community is also a part of the long line of lynching. They are. You mean to tell me Harry Silver and his family weren't racist? You mean to tell me Weiss and Goldring always accepted Black folks in the front door? The only thing that changed is when you couldn't do it anymore. That's what changed.
Wait, 10, but why have we had the West and Goring building 20 plus years, right? But he just started building real fast for that Reignite project, huh? It didn't take him 20-some years to do that, right?
Because it's a part of a tradition.
Because he wants somebody else to pay for it.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's in District 3. And who's going to be able to tug at the government's heartstrings if there's a grant available to go to District 3? Not nothing specific, but to the area of District 3. He's going to use them poor black folks. And they're going to funnel that money exactly to, man, it's a ritual. It's a ritual. The lady wasn't lying. A piece of District 1 is Johnny Downs. Right. But Mr. Porter, can I get it? Okay, so how does that work? Does that mean, because you can't make a district, you can't redraw a district without there can be no separation. So does that mean that the Coliseum's in District 1 too?
Yeah, all so your districts have to be contiguous, which means each precinct that make up your district, it has to have a boundary of another precinct that's in that district. In other words, they can't be separated. You know, they can't be over at Johnny Downs and then the part in between Johnny Downs and MacArthur Drive being another district. You can't do it. It has to all be contiguous. Each boundary have to touch another boundary of a precinct within that district. So yes, they must touch.
So that puts the Coliseum in District 1. That puts half of 28 West in District 1.
Yeah, on that side of Coliseum Drive, right. And
now,
look, there was a reason for that, because now understand, Elizabeth Felter's gerrymandered maps, it only gerrymandered districts 2, 3, and 4. It left District 5 and District 1 the same way I drew them up. Okay. And the reason we had to expand District 1, because it was 1/2 the size in population of District 5. District 5 was 2 times larger than District 1. Now, the charter says each district, as nearly as possible, should contain the same number of people. You try to get each district with the same number of people as closely as you can. District 5 was 2 times larger than District 1. So that's why we had to redraw them.
And had that been since the last decennial?
Oh yeah, that would everything before 2020. That's how that was.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the conversation about gerrymandering 2, 3, and 4, right? Again, I want to point out that this Reignite program was always in Jock's back pocket. But in order for the money to go and flow into the districts that he wanted it to flow to, he had to re-gerrymander the maps. He had to. So without the gerrymander, I don't think we'd be looking at this iteration of Reignite. I'm pretty sure he would have came up with something. But then again, I don't think he ever intended on, I don't know, man. This gerrymandering stuff is stuck in my craw. Because I get what he did, but I just don't get if was it necessary, and for what reason? That's on the right side going towards Leesville, and the left side is District 5, right? Versailles will not be in District 1. We ain't having it. What? If they give you Versailles, they're never going to give you Versailles.
No. Yeah, that's not.
I was going to entertain it for a second, but they're
certainly not. But Nat is absolutely right. So Coliseum Drive is the dividing line. So what's on the other side is District 5, and what's on the side that goes towards England Airport is District 1.
Ironically, also included that is the Ken House Plantation. Ironically. Also including that is the Pentecostals. Ironically. But there's a lot of poverty in District 1. And it's not going to take one term of a good person to do it. It's going to take a lot of time to unravel that. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of drastic measures to unravel the level of destitution that they've plighted onto that part of the town. And the same thing with District 2 and the same thing with District 3. It's gonna take some radicalization, or it's gonna take the sacrifices, just as those districts used the sacrifice of District 1, 2, and 3, and they grew. It's gonna take Districts 4 and 5 to sacrifice a little bit so these other communities can actually breathe and thrive. But again, when they got it set up the way they want it, they got it set up the way they want it. They do. They've got the crime rate right where they want it at, you know. They've got the poverty level right where they want it at. You know, they got it, everything right where they want it at. So the motivation for them to change anything, you know, and that's what's important, right? Because if the people need change, right? If District 1, 2, and 3 need change, and Jock is not telling, he's showing you he's not going to change. He's providing you with the blueprint of how shit ain't finna change for you. For us, it's gonna be good, right? District 4 and 5, we got the Masonic Corridor. Yeah, we got this shit popping. But for you, yeah, it's all gonna come at a sacrifice to you. You're the sacrifice. It's a ritual. And that's heavy because I didn't even think about it like that. You know, and they all gather up and they all take bits and pieces from our communities. And they wave them around as souvenirs. They brag about Johnny Downs in your face. They share it with them and their friends. You know, they talk about how awesome this zoo area is supposed to be. They shove Blinks on a Bayou in your face that you're paying for. They shove the zoo in your face that you're paying for. That's all existing in existence due to the sacrifices that they cut from Districts 1, 2, and 3, especially Johnny Downs. Because if you wanted to keep shit fair, right after, even if you wanted to make Johnny Downs a priority, you should have made Cheatham Park the second priority. But what did you get? You got repainted basketball courts. You got poisoned food that gave all the kids the shits. And you got a foam party. And some fucking slip and slides. You know, that's
in a curfew
sacrifice.
On using the basketball court.
And a curfew on using the basketball court. And the lights go off. And there's no Wi-Fi. And there's a pavilion over there that's still down. That hasn't been up in years. Years. Way before Johnny Downs got towed up. So it's a sacrifice. You're the sacrifice. Your community is the sacrifice. And they sacrifice you guys often. And they play in y'all face. They tell you it's raining outside while they're pissing down your leg. There's just you're that's it. They don't have to be. Listen, Jock doesn't feel the need to have to be honest with you about anything. That's why the Restore program worked. He didn't have to be honest. He could lie to your face. He could get Reddix to get up there and lie to your face. Hell, Jim Villard tried to get Clarence Reed and Floyd Kurtz to set up Mr. Porter. It's a ritual. They got to sacrifice somebody. First came the accusations, then they tried to publicly humiliate people. It's a ritual. And when you survive the ritual, they try to stay as far as away from you as they possibly can. Because they know you survived the ritual. And Jock right now, he's afraid of you guys in districts 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's scared. He's scared. He knows that the business communities of Sinlaw can want Jockware to be mayor all they want to. They can spend as much money as they want to on Jock. That's not going to help him in the communities where he sacrificed people. And he sacrificed blocks and blocks and neighborhoods, and he's played in y'all face, just like he's doing right now. So it's your turn. The ball's in y'all court. Them two sad, sorry bastards is going to rot in hell. Nah, come on now. Then have other colored folks to do the dirty work. Exactly. So once you survive the lynching, once you survive the attempted lynching, they're scared of you. They're horrified of you. So don't be surprised if you go through the fire and you're on the other side of the fire, and your clothes a little singed, and you still standing tall. Don't be surprised if people try to separate themselves from you, because they were in on it. They didn't think you'd make it. They didn't think you'd make it. They didn't think you'd survive. They didn't even imagine you would survive. And that's what we are. That's what the Black community of Alexandria is. Because y'all been through hell. They've done everything to y'all. Everything. They over police. They sell the Rapides area drug enforcement sells drugs in your community. The law enforcement is selling dope in your community. Lord knows whatever else they're doing. They give you food deserts. They give you Cancer Alley. They give you all the wastewater facility treatment behind your parks. Your kids are playing on the other side of a giant place where they refine shit water. And you don't even realize it because there's trees in between you and the place. They give you Franco Hunter, which is on completely contaminated land. It's still contaminated, by the way. Like, what? You guys weren't supposed to survive, one. But the fact that you're surviving and that you're becoming more and more aware of what's going on, you guys are becoming dangerous. And Jock's going to avoid you. He's going to avoid you. That's why he's doing these photo ops. They're in very controlled environments. You don't see Jock pulling up to the sit, go down third, and just talking to people and being normal. Everything's got to be calculated and it's got to be scheduled. Because he's scared of y'all. And that's the truth.
What do he really do for work?
Well, he just gave himself a raise, so he makes like $360,000 a year.
I forgot because he do everybody else's job, but
he does everybody else's job but his. He's even a bus driver sometimes, but you never see him on the bus. I'll give Reddix this one bit of credit. When he was selling out and he really needed people to believe in the restore plan, he would get on the city bus and he would ride around from Randy Wiggins' office. When you leave Randy Wiggins' office, he would jump on the city bus and ride around to whatever. And he would just go live and talk to people about the restore plan. That's how bad they wanted that to happen, by the way. He put Reddix as the mascot. You guys were the sacrificing end, though. I don't want to be sacrificed anymore. And if we don't stop it now, they're going to sacrifice our kids because that's what they plan to do with the judicial system. They're going to sacrifice your kids and feed them to the Louisiana justice system. So at some point, you just gotta. He was their midnight dog. Damn, not the midnight dog. But yeah, And I want to use these last couple minutes to all you sellouts that are out here. Y'all plug y'all ears, y'all on mute. Who out here pulling and tugging on Jock Roy's penis in real life? Y'all need to stop this shit, bro. I seen a guy talk about he was gonna make a major announcement on a podcast that he's on, and is he gonna run for mayor? Is he gonna run for mayor? And then he got on there and used that airtime to pull and yank on Jock Roy's tool. And it was sickening. Absolutely deplorable. And any black folk that's standing by Jock Roy, I'm not even talking about Cray Lewis, because Cray Lewis is an opportunist. He's a sellout. He's a different kind of sellout. Like, it's not that Cray Lewis.
Crayfish? What you say?
Crayfish Lewis. It's not that he hates black people, because if Jock told him to team up with Reddix, guess what he's gonna do? Team up with Reddix. So he doesn't hate black folks, right? It's just this this willingness to be a sellout. I don't know.
He just don't consider himself one.
I don't know if he even, like, I think he knows. No, I don't know. He might not. You might be onto something with that.
He's one of them uppity ones.
I mean, you say uppity, what does that mean?
I guess you got to have a scholar education. I think he went to Harvard or something.
I don't think he went to Harvard. I think you're joshing me. I think you're pulling my leg.
No, I think he did online. Education. No, I'm serious.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I promise I'm not laughing.
I think that's how he got his degree.
Wow.
I kind of remember.
I'm just joking
about him doing it online. Yeah.
He probably made them transcripts and everything.
Oh, don't say that. Don't disparage the black man like that. If he did the work, he did the work. You said he printed out his transcripts and edited them. That's wrong. But with AI, you can do anything. You can be anybody. But here's the deal, folks. Stop being a sacrifice. Stop being the sacrificial lamb. Stop allowing yourself to be sacrificed at the altar of the Central Louisiana Chamber of Commerce. They built the Randolph Riverfront Center in District 3. In your face. You know, they gave you a park bench and a tree nowhere near a bus stop and called it a beautification project. In your face. I know there's some things on Gator that's coming up, but they tried to go in and purposely dismantle Gator. In your face. In your face. You know, they talked, Lizzie Felter got up there and disparaged that black woman as if Lizzie Felter was any sort of equal. As if she was even on the level to try to disparage somebody. She opened up her mouth and the evil and the hate flowed out. You know, don't be the sacrifice. And don't run with the people that sacrifice you. You know, don't hang out with them. Don't do what Gary Johnson is doing and take that cosign from Jock Roy. He took that cosign. Oh yeah, me and Jock, we're gonna be on the same ticket. Yeah, that's not the flex you think it is, champ. You know, and it's not about whether or not the city council works together with the mayor's administration. That doesn't matter. Is the city council working for the people or are they working for a Jock? Those are two different things, totally. And that's the problem. Because you got a lot of people that's on that council that work for Jock and not for their district. Lizzie works for Jock. Cynthia, as unhappy as she may seem in those pictures, when he called, guess what? She showed up for the picture. They're trying to give the new Arthur F. Smith to Bolton Academy. What? What is this? What are we talking about? Or anybody Anybody aware of this? Are they trying to make Arthur F. Smith like a satellite? And then on top of that, you know, they did Bolton Academy in your face. In your face. And told you in your face. They not only did that, Jeff Powell went up there and told you that, yeah, I need you to vote on this tax referendum. Yeah, because we're going to get all this money. And then this is how we want to spend it. We're not going to close down any of your schools in your community, and then got the money and closed down the schools. In your face, you're the sacrifice. And at some point you can't go. You know, you can't go. I do want to wrap this up. Ms. McCall, if you could read the names.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Porter. Thank you, Ms. Shamir. Shamir, will I see you tomorrow night?
Send me a reminder. Remember, you're supposed to make that chant.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that yet. That's my fault. You know, we have a quiz coming. I'm not going to quiz this Saturday instead of tomorrow. I'm just letting everybody know. So, Ms. Battles, thank you. Mr. Gregory Scott, City Councilman at Large. Let's see. Ms. Bell. Hey, Ms. Bell. Ms. Jacobs. Hello, you guys. Oh, wow. Miss Tarlington, I know she was in there with old Mrs. Sill. Like you say in the back of the day, put your messy self.
Miss Tarleton is a terrible. That lady.
She's
you can't.
McQuarrie, no. Shawana, thank you, Mr. Turner, as always. Thank you. Let's see who else came in and hung out with us tonight. Thank you guys for coming in and commenting and interacting with us on this. You guys help us out just as much as we give the information. You guys definitely receive it, and then you turn around and you give us information. Let's see. Okay, that was it. That was a small crew tonight. Okay.
No, it ain't. You haven't scrolled all the way up.
Yes, I did.
We got
She said,
Ms. Velma.
You need to take money out of her paycheck. You are so wrong, Ms.
Yeah, she wasn't showing enthusiasm at first, but she popped it on the She popped it up because she had to ask me, was I going to class tomorrow? She ain't sleep.
Wait. The Alsace Lorraine subdivision was built by Rapide Station Community Ministries.
Oh yes, lower third. Back, yes, you're right. Over there by the yes,
Old
you're
Smiley.
right. It sure was.
The Old Smiley.
Matthews.
Brandy Gibson was there?
No. Let me make sure. Is that what I want to say?
No,
I don't know if I'm going to say that. No, I don't think so.
Miss Brandy was there.
St. Matthews. That would be where St. Matthews is. Yeah.
No,
it wasn't. Brandy Gibson was here. Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miss Teresa said she's running for district too.
Look, Miss Tarlington, don't be playing with us.
Get with us on the back end. Don't
play with us.
We're gonna have to have one of them executive meetings.
She's gonna need some bond money and some ethics.
We're gonna need some bond money and some Vaseline.
What does the Vaseline for?
That's That's when you put it on your face before you get in the fight. What are you talking about?
Okay, all right. I'm just checking.
Ms. Lily Coleman was there.
I didn't see.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Because there's another live that I got streaming that has a whole different group of people.
Okay, that's what it is.
He might be watching the other live.
Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. Listen,
right.
y'all, I'm gonna try to integrate both of these lives so we can have the open conversation. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm slipping.
I apologize, you guys. We're sorry. She laughing. Miss Tarlington, are you serious? You better be serious. If you
we ain't gonna discuss it on the front end.
I got my crew. Oh,
we ain't gonna discuss it on the front end. We gonna do like Jock do on the back end. Yeah, we gonna have us a meeting before the meeting. We're going in an executive session on their ass.
Yeah, we need to do an executive session. She said she got her crew. So I don't know
Miss
what.
Linda Bell, look, wait. Miss Linda Bell is watching.
Miss Bell snuck up in here. You see
her?
Yeah, Miss Bell, we see you. Where that song at? Put that bell, man. Look at the bell right by her name. Look.
There you go. No, it's the look. There you go. Look.
Yep, she got the bell right by her name. Look at that.
There you go.
Come on, Miss Bell.
There you go.
I remember that video I put together for Linda.
Yeah, but I mean,
that was hilarious. You're the reason why we need the data centers. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, you got jokes about the data center. Oh, okay. All right.
Hold on.
White people go around, it seems to me, with a very carefully suppressed terror of black people. A tremendous uneasiness. They don't know what the blackface hides. They're sure it's hiding something. What it's hiding is American history. You know, what it's hiding is what white people know they have done and are doing. You know, it's what white people know very well. One thing, and it's the only thing they have to know. If they know this, everything else I say is a lie. They know they would not like to be black here. They know that. Now they know that, and they're telling me lies.
You know what? Only reason I'm playing that again is because Lizzie felt her. Lizzie said,
they said they would not want to.
I'm not going to be around these niggas. That's what she said. I don't care if I have to break the law. I'm not going to live around these. I mean, I can live by them, but I just don't want to be in the same imaginary boundary with them niggas. You know what I mean?
But you know what? James Baldwin left here. He literally left. It's a lot of those influential people who just packed up and left. They did not want to, because they saw that they were treated better in different places than what America. And see, this, we gotta have. I'm not gonna keep y'all up because I really want to have a deep conversation about America. I really want to have that kind of conversation, and because I think we need it. I mean, everybody's talking about our history, but we really, really, really need to dig into what. Because I feel like this, and I told you this, Nick. The ideal that we have been bamboozled. We talk about, I can't be fooled. Nobody can fool me. I see it. No, y'all, we got it. We got it. They got us so good. They psychologically got us. They mentally and emotionally got us. And that's why the veil has lifted. And we're now waking up to see what America really is. And that's the sad part about it. Generations later, we see what America truly is.
Really good.
And that's just...
I'm 11 years old. I'm 12 years old. And I'm 14. We believe that blacks are not equal to whites, and when the time comes, God will demand us to kill all Jews.
Oh, I thought they were going to say, and together we are the Causettes.
Got my assignment. Okay, all right. She said she got her assignment ready, set, and ready to go. Okay.
I do have a recommendation. I got somebody that I think that would benefit from your little women's. What is that? Y'all have a women's retreat weekly or whatever the fuck y'all be doing?
Oh, so it's like that.
I know you ain't talking ugly like that.
I'm not being ugly or whatever the fuck.
You need to go on Love Island and go find you a one lady.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
We have classes. What about it?
Stay in your seminars and stay with your unclipped wings or whatever the fuck y'all got going. I was just trying to bring somebody new to y'all fold that I think would benefit. But fuck it now. I want everybody to fail.
Oh, he's talking nasty right now.
You say you want everybody to fail.
I want everybody to fail. I want to clip everybody's wings. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. No, I do. I have somebody that I think would do good with y'all.
Well, you first tell them don't just send them over. We need people to stay in the class. Okay.
Okay. What that mean?
We just need people
that cult. Yeah, niggas in the cult.
The students in my class, they faithfully show up.
I miss it sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
But you faithfully show up.
I do.
Then you can't faithfully show up if you're missing.
No,
I don't miss a lot, but I do miss.
That's like being a fan of this show, but missing like one episode. And we only doing 2 episodes a week now.
I took leave.
Doesn't matter.
I say leave sometimes. I don't get paid for this. My volunteer.
Well, bye.
You get paid.
I don't get paid. The fuck? Oh, y'all thought those jokes were for real? That lady does not pay me for this show.
She sure don't no more because she had to write you off because you start coming late too much.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. It's better late than never.
So now you got to work your way up to your pay stub.
So I got to get back to my old pay scale. That's cold.
I want to come on the air. Okay. Come on.
Yeah.
She want to come on.
Well, we will invite you on to the next show. We were supposed to have a guest tonight, but I think our guest forgot that she was the guest tonight. But Miss Teresa, you could definitely be a guest on the next show.
Okay, Thursday night, right? Our next
right. Show. But we're gonna have to get the mute button ready because there's certain things we don't want to get. I'm already in Facebook jail, and this show is being shown under my account. So
Miss Tarleton gonna get you.
She's gonna get me clipped for good. This is gonna finally be the reason they catch me and kick me off of Facebook.
I think her
forever.
favorite word is Sambo.
Is what?
Sambo.
So our next show, Miss Tarleton, we would definitely want you on there.
Yeah,
and, that's Thursday.
That'd be cool. We definitely got to bring Brother Greg back because August is coming, and once qualifications start, I know that people are they're gonna want to we'll probably have Brother Malcolm back, or if I can get in contact with Brother Ed. Like, all these people have been on the show. Y'all don't really realize how legendary this show is. Like, we've had some of the best guests, some of the best topics. We've told you about Project NOLA, about the cameras that you still don't have. Yeah. We broke down how DG Hunter works. We told you that Michael Marcotte was lying to you when he said that there can be no what did that nigga say? You can't do solar energy in Alexandria, is what that nigga said. And now they got a 100-acre solar panel farm somewhere in Rapides Parish.
It sure is.
Come on, man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we just got to keep pushing y'all. And that's what we're going to do. So, till the next episode, to the very next episode, this has been the Can We Be Frank Show with Mr. Porter, Miss Alita, Miss Shamir. I took myself off the screen, and myself. And, I got a little special gift for y'all. Of course, I got a special gift for you guys. Check this out.
Alexandria, Louisiana. Stand up! Yeah. Hey! Stand up. Put your hands up. Whole city tired, man, they can't stand us. Crime going up, water look brown. Bills too high, got the whole town down. Stand up. Put your hands up. If you love your city, better man up. For the key, for the elders too. If nobody else care, then it's up to you. Taxation without representation. Trying to save the city before we save the nation. Every month another bill, another situation. People barely living, tired of frustration. Lights high, water high, rent high too. Whole hood stressed, what we supposed to do? Mama crying, daddy working overtime. Still can't win, man, this world out of line. But we ain't backing down. Tell the whole town gather round. If you hear me, say it loud. Stand up, put your hands up. Whole city tired, man, they can't stand up. Crime going up, water look brown. Bills too high, got the whole town down. Stand up, put your hands up. If you love your city, better man up. For the kid, for the elders too. If nobody else care, then it's up to you. Hands up, like Mike Brown. Pain in the streets, got the city pipe down. Young boy lost, trying to find their way. Need real men, standing up today. If you a leader, then lay it right now. Don't wait till the whole thing burn down. Church folks, hood folks, come together. Real change only happen when we move together. Stand Stand up for the north side. Stand up for the south side. Stand up for the east side. Stand up for the west side. Everybody say stand up, stand up. Hey, 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 hey. Stand up. Stand up. Put your hands up. Whole city time and they can't stand up. Crime going up, water look brown. Bills too high, got the whole town down. Stand up, put your hands up. If you love your city, better man up. For the kids, for the elders too. And nobody else care, then it's up to you. Hey. Alexandria, we still here.